Welcome to Interviews with Entrepreneurs show, where we interview awesome entrepreneurs who are super awesome in their niches. And RJ here back with another awesome interview. And today we have a special guest. If you think about the combination of high converting designs and high converting funnels, then you can simply think about this person. Oh, wait, let me then you can simply think about that person. He's also like working with multi-million dollar agencies, and he's also like changed the shape how you can simply design funnels that converts. Neil Sarode. Hey
Hello,
Neil,
guys. Hey, RJ. Thanks for having me.
appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. We are so glad hoping you on our show.
Good, nice. I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Awesome, awesome. And guys, if you're like jumping on live, you can simply use hashtag live. If you're jumping on replay, you can simply use hashtag replay. And Neil, again, thank you so much for hopping on. And can you give us a little bit of backstory, like how you got started and got into this funnel space?
Yeah, so yeah, I'll relive this experience for you right now. So, I was originally going to college for biochemistry. You're Indian, right, RJ?
No, I'm from Pakistan.
Oh, you're from Pakistan. Okay, well, my parents are Indian, so my whole life, they've been drilling to me. You're either going to be a doctor or you're going to be stuck at McDonald's your whole life. So, per those instructions, I followed their lead. Went to college. I was studying biochemistry, become a doctor, and I learned about drop shipping while I was in college. That was the first time I really ever. That was my first experience with online business. I didn't even really know what an entrepreneur was before that, what business was. As soon as I found out that you can start your own business, make money from your computer, and I wouldn't have to, go to school, study, listen to all these teachers, blah, blah, blah. I literally that day I sat down. I just 12 hours a day. I started learning every day in college. Push came to shove. I finally left college to commit to this full time, and I ended up failing in e-commerce. So after about 6 months out of college, I remember I did well in e-commerce, but I ended up not watching my finances. I knew how to drive sales, but I didn't know how to watch finances, manage the business structure. So
Okay.
I ended up $12,000 in debt, had to go back to my job, which was delivering pizza at Domino's. I had to move to the client space because that client space has no upfront cost, right? You do work, someone pays you money. You don't have to pay for products, you don't have to pay for marketing, nothing. So I started to do client work here and there. And at first, I didn't even consider funnel design or website building, anything like that as a service. To me, I wanted to do Facebook ads. I wanted to be involved where the money is made because that's where I thought I would make the money, right? So, anyways,
Yeah, absolutely.
my first client I charge him $500 and I tell him I'm going to build him a website. I'm going to do Facebook ads. I'm going to do SEO. I'm going to do email marketing, and I'm going to do Google ads. So I pretty much promised this man, I promised him the entire world for $500. Ended up not being able to fulfill anything. And again, I fell flat on my face after that. So after that, one guy I'd been following online for quite a while. His name's Joseph. He saw one of the websites I had done for a client. I just posted on my profile, and he really, really liked. He was like, "Yo, I think you have a really strong skill in web design, funnel building. I think that you should come work for me and start, building funnels for my clients. See if we can get you out of this Domino's position, give you your head start." So he moved me out to Arizona, and I lived with him for a full year. I was learning under him, learning everything about marketing on my own, learning about design. And through that year that I lived there, worked with many, many high-profile clients. I launched my course because I had so many people in the ClickFunnels space always messaging me, how did I edit an image like this? How did I get this page to look like this? How did I, why does my pages not look spammy like theirs? And I was getting so many messages, I couldn't keep up with this. Finally, I just put together a bunch of videos, created a course, later ended up creating a software to combat some more problems there are in ClickFunnels. And here I am today. Now I guess it's my own agency now. I'm doing clients by myself now. Have my course, have my two softwares, and that's pretty much what I'm doing now, helping entrepreneurs online make money building funnels. Yeah, that is what I am all about.
That is definitely crazy because most of the people out there mostly haven't heard about the backstory that you literally had, like how you literally got started in this particular space and how these things turned out, and that is definitely crazy part. And you have an awesome software, you have a masterclass, and these type of resources which can help like many entrepreneurs who are like getting into the funnel space started providing as a part of a funnel and also for their own purposes. But when we think about beautiful designs and when we talk about conversion, like how there is a good mix, because beautiful design doesn't mean it converts. Need to be some factor for that. Like where you define that?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a very good question actually, and here's the very simple answer. So in the beginning, when I first started this web design stuff, when that guy had messaged me and I was like, okay, I'm gonna commit to web design. I remember the first website I sent back to him. In my opinion, I was mind blown that I was able to create such a badass looking thing. No websites look like this. I thought it was like, you know, unique, out of this world. And he responded. He was like, well, it looks cool, but it won't perform well. And to me, I was so confused when he said that. Like, why wouldn't it perform well? This looks so cool. Like, if I do this website, I would stay on it. And it comes down to one simple thing. So it's all obviously important to have good design and to make things professional and seem branded, seem as if they're modern, they're current. But at the same time, you need to keep in mind conventionality. I'm pretty sure the word is conventionality. You need to keep things conventional. So if 99% of humans are used to reading a book. When you read a book, you're reading black text on white paper, right? That's why always 99.9% of the time when you're building a landing page and you have some sort of long form copy or a lot of text that needs to be read, it almost always needs to be on a light background. Even though white on black would look way cooler, the black on white is what people are used to. That allows them to have an easier time digesting the information and then furthers the chance of them converting, right? So really the goal with design and, you know, trying to make sure your conversions are as high as possible, it comes down to two things: keep things conventional and keep things easy to digest. So you need to use design to make the page as easy for them to understand, whether that's they can scan the page quickly and see specific headings of things that they need to read, whether they're scanning a paragraph and there's certain bolded words in the paragraph that will stand out to them. Or even it could be a graphic that replaces a paragraph, right? Maybe it's a graphic that you created that explains exactly what 5 sentences of text somewhere else on the page could explain, but instead you've created something visual that someone can quickly glance at, absorb exactly what you're trying to say without having to commit and read a bunch of text.
Yeah, that is insane. That definitely makes sense. And that is like one of the biggest problem that funnel builders usually make. They start up, they have like an awesome design, but that doesn't convert for them or for their clients as well.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, there are the places where things sucks out overall. And another question that I always come into mind that, okay, when we talk about the funnel stuff and we talk about, hey, you know, I'm going to be charging that much for a funnel, like $5,000, $10,000, $2,000. Like when it comes to pricing, like how the pricing should be about the person. Like if a person knows nothing, he was like, hey, you know, I'm going to be charging $5,000 for that. That doesn't make sense at all. You know, there should be some way that the pricing should match what the person is supposed to do with the funnels.
So I guess the way I would be able to answer this question is my own experience with pricing, right? Because everyone's going to have a different experience with pricing. It just comes down to, I guess, how you think about it. So, for example, let's say that there's someone that's selling a $997 course. They come to me and they need a funnel built out, right? Now, there's two ways I could think about that. I could think that, okay, let me ask this guy for $3,000. Hopefully he's going to say yes. I know it's a lot of money and he might say no, but let me see if I can do it. The second, way of thinking would be, okay, this guy's selling a $997 product. That means within just 3 sales, he'll make $3,000, correct? So that means it makes sense for me to charge $3,000 or more for this funnel. If I'm the one building it out and I'm the one creating the system that's going to convert these users into leads, what value does that hold to the client? Is that a few $100? Is that a few $1,000? Is that a few $100,000? You have to price based on how much value what you're going to provide your client is going to give them. And I don't really have any other way to put it than that. You have to believe yourself that what you're giving them is worth that much money. If you don't believe that, you'll never be able to sell anyone anything. No one's going to ever buy anything from you for that price. You have to first believe yourself that your service is worth that money and that it's going to do them a disservice if you don't sell them your service for that price. So, like I said, it really changes. You gotta assess what the client needs, what value this holds to them, obviously what your experience is as well, and use all those factors played together to figure out what the proper price is to give them.
Awesome. That definitely makes sense because there are many guys out there who start out their journey as a part of a funnel builder and then they start to procrastinate, hey, like what happened if we charge that much, if it would work out or not. Things get pretty, hard for them overall. And guys, if you have like any other question, you can simply also post out in the comment section down below. We can ask Neil as well about that. And you have an awesome software as you talked about, template builders. I guess that's the name for the software, if I'm correct. And that is creating a layout that is pretty much awesome. And you simply, change up the images, and create an awesome layout of the funnel itself that looks insane. Like, how do you came up with the idea of that? Like, how you think about that?
Dude, okay, this is gonna sound really cringy and weird, but all I remember is that I was driving home from one of my friend's apartments when I was living in Arizona, and the idea just popped into my mind. And I remember at that time thinking to myself, like, because at that time, every single day I was working like 9-10 hours a day. Once I would finish work, I would go to my friend's office and I would continue working with him, like ideating, strategizing, all that kind of stuff. And I remember when I had that idea, I literally, like, in my brain, I realized this just popped into my brain just because of how committed I had become to what I was trying to do, right? I didn't have a plan to create a software. I wasn't trying to actively look for ideas to create a software. I was literally just driving home, thinking about ClickFunnels, how it works. And I was thinking about the functionality of it and what I know how to do. And somehow all these different pieces of information that I had, absorbed over the past 6 months or so came together and gave the idea for that software. Then I just spent the next 4 or 5 days building it out. And really that's how it came to be. Same thing with design posts, same exact type of process went to it. It just, once I really committed to becoming involved and buried in the stuff I want to learn, these type of ideas just start to come into your head. Like, there's no other way to find a good idea like that than to have it just pop into your head after you've been fully committed to something.
Absolutely. So have you created this software on your own? As you talked about, it's like took me 4 to 5 days. So have you created it on your own?
Yeah, I built it on my own. So I don't know how to code at all. Number one, I do not know one line of code. What I knew though is that there was a platform online called bubble.io, and it lets you build web apps without coding. So the syntax of the the functionality of the platform, it's still the same as functionality of coding. If I was to write a line of code that set a specific function, I would still have to create that on the software, but I would just have to do it without writing code. It's just clicking buttons and drop downs instead. So I sat there committed, I think it's the first 2 days I committed to learning the platform. The next 3 days is what it took to kind of build it out. And then, it was good to go from there. And then I've just been refining it, working on it since then.
That is definitely crazy. And guys, listen, it means that you guys have a backup. If you are a computer engineer, I'm studying computer science. Okay. And now I know that if I don't know how to code anything, like literally anything other than input and output, I know now I have the option for that.
Yes, exactly.
And that is awesome. And there's a question that come up. Like, tell us about your course to learn building high converting funnels. You have a course called Funnel Designer Masterclass. It is a type of a masterclass which talks about whole and stuff about funnels, structure, how to create high converting funnels, do's and don'ts. Tell us more about that.
So, tell you more about it. Good question. You got me on the spot here. Okay, so yeah. I'm not one to like. One thing you'll notice through all my videos, I'm the world's shittiest salesman, man. I cannot sell my own product to someone else. I just have a hard time talking about my own stuff like that. But
I was commenting on that as well.
Sorry, what was that?
A few days ago, there was a guy who was commenting on the do's and don'ts and the faults coming up down there.
Wait, you cut out. Say that one more time, RJ.
Yeah. So there was a guy who was talking about, hey, I was watching through the course. There was like this problem, this thing, sound. Like, I was like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly. So I'm not the best to sell it myself, but if I had to say one thing about it is that 99% of the, these designs that you're seeing in the ClickFunnels group and all these groups that look nice and look like they weren't built in ClickFunnels, 99% of those people were my students who learned how to do that. So before I had really created my course or even started this, every funnel I would see in ClickFunnels looked like a scam. Like they all had just massive text in random places, big red headlines here, like like 20 order bumps on the same page. Like, and really when I came into it, my goal was to be able to use ClickFunnels to create non-spammy offers too, right? Because a lot of time those spammy type offers, they work well for a digital product when someone's selling a course or someone's selling like an affiliate offer, that sort of thing. But there's also a lot of business owners who are trying to sell real branded products through ClickFunnels. And I guess my goal was to be able to have all the ClickFunnels designers, all the designers in the space be able to build beautiful things on ClickFunnels and things that they're able to charge a lot more money for. Because before you see a crappy design, I'm not going to pay very much money for someone who's going to build me a crap design, you know? Compared to you see a beautiful design, that's already your first step in the door. That gets the client's attention, that sees, okay, this guy's committed to what he does. He obviously does he puts meticulous time into just the aesthetics of it, excuse me. And yeah, that was really my goal. So one thing is that for anyone who takes the masterclass, you come out the other side as someone who uses ClickFunnels to create something that doesn't look spammy. That's literally the biggest thing I can say. And that really allows you to have a foot over everyone else in the space when it comes to getting clients. Like, I guess a good way to put it is that I have not done one piece of outreach. I have not done one ad in probably like 6 months. And I get new client requests probably 3-4 times a week. And like at this point, I'm starting to turn them down because it's too much. And I'm trying not to focus on the building side. I'm trying to continue focusing on my course side and my software side. So that's really my only piece of advice and regards to the course is that if you can level up your skills and really commit to becoming the best at what you do, then the money just comes in. There's no other question about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, and I'm also putting up the link in the description down below, and also I put it up on the screen as well. So like, I saw your ads as well, and that are like huge pattern interrupt, like insane pattern interrupt that you're riding on a bike, and suddenly that is an insane pattern interrupt. And also like when we talk about the funnels, that okay, we talked about high converting funnels and designs, but in general, like what do you think? What is the biggest mistake people make in building funnels, regardless of a design and anything?
Biggest mistake when people are building funnels would be, let me think about that for a second. And you're saying not constricted to design, correct? Just in general?
Yeah, in general, because as you told about, there are many people out there who are into ClickFunnels group posting designs that you thought about, but still they are doing something that is wrong. And other people
Yeah.
who haven't got into masterclass, they're still doing something wrong. So they need to be one thing that they're overall doing wrong.
If I had to pin it down to one thing, it really is only the offer. Without a good offer, nothing else will work. Nothing else will work. You can make a good offer you can have a good offer and have nothing else and still have it work. But if you have a shitty offer and you have everything built out, email marketing, funnel, retargeting, everything, it still will not work. So number one is always, are you offering the correct thing? And honestly, in my opinion, that should be sometimes the first thing you split test, right? If you get no results on a page that you launch for a new offer, rather than split testing the page design and the page copy, try split testing the offer itself and how you're framing the offer, who you're selling that offer to, and just really who you're targeting with it. You need to make sure you're offering the right thing to the right person. If you're not offering the right thing to the right person, no one's going to buy anything. So that's really the first prerequisite. Absolutely. If you don't do that right, everything else is going to be messed up. And that also is like our job as funnel designers for our clients, right? We need to make sure that they are also offering the right offer and give them our advice based on our experience on what type of offer would work best. Like I've had many clients who they come to me with an initial offer. They're like, oh, I want to sell this program, blah, 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 for this price. I'll see that, okay, there isn't enough value here, or there's no way to get people into your audience before selling them this. So then I'll have them, for example, create a lead magnet. I'll have them switch around the main offer to take out some of the stuff and make it a tripwire offer. And just really playing with the offers till you get something that resonates with the person you're trying to sell it to.
Absolutely. That definitely makes sense, because some guys suck at offer creation and they are like working on the stuff, but now they don't know what to do just because their offer is not working. Truly, that definitely makes sense. Absolutely. And guys, again, if you have like any opportunity, you can simply post it in the comment section down below. Guys, you don't need to miss this out. Okay, just do the stuff. You need to ask the question if you have any question. And like, what are the? We saw that there was a new software that you talked about to create, mockups, etc. Like, what are the things that you are currently working on right now? What are the things that you're working on right now for your own business, especially
So by working on, do you mean what am I working on in my own business, or what kind of new products I'm working on?
on your own business, your
So
product?
right now, my main focus, I have two things I'm focusing on. So I recently got into it's like a inner circle mastermind. I paid too much money for it, and too much money for it. And the inner circle is essentially just helping course creators, or people who train people online, to scale from 50K a month to 150K a month. So right now I'm really working on, automating a lot of because for example, my target audience is ClickFunnels. Right now, ClickFunnels is not a huge audience. It's not millions of people. It's hundreds of thousands of people. So I need a way to nurture people from a cold lead to a customer without necessarily relying on paid ads, because paid ads don't always work because of how small the audience sizes become because of the constrictions of ClickFunnels user base. So right now I'm really working on, we're launching messenger bots. I just brought on someone for ads. So we're launching new ads. I'm in the works of launching it's going to be our ultimate high ticket program. It's going to be called Fully Booked Funnel Builder. And essentially it's going to be a program where we just hand by hand walk someone until they get their first funnel design client. So that way they fully pay back the investment into the program, and we can help them, create a portfolio and sales scripts, all that kind of stuff, to help them fully create a profitable funnel business. Those are two things. Yeah, those are two things right now I'm really, really focusing on.
That is insane. To be very honest, that is insane. And I can see a question down there. Like, any tips and tricks for design hacking? Like, let me put up the question on you.
For design hacking, so I myself, here's what I think. This is my opinion on design hacking in general, because I don't always do that, but I'll do it sometimes. I only think you should design hack something if you know that what you're design hacking converts very well. So for example, if you know that let's say, for example, there's a computer website, they have a very high converting landing page. You see the structure. They first start off with specs of the computer, then they go into different games that people are playing, then they go into big gaming influencers that use these PCs. So when you design hack a page like that and you know that it's performing well, really stray away from taking note of their style. You don't want to copy like the style and the design of it. You want to copy and model the structure. So what is the structurally, what are they doing to make things convert? Not the design, but the structure. When you hack something, you want to look, okay, if they're starting out with the specs, then maybe I should start out with the specs. They're including influencers on the page that use the same product. Maybe I should include that. After this page, they take me to a booking call page with a sales rep. Maybe I should do that instead as well, instead of sending them to a checkout page. And it's really seeing the method that they're converting customers, not necessarily the design of how they're converting customers. So that's really my tip. Just, find something that's working online in the same space, look at how they're doing it, and take note of the structure and the functionality, not how it looks, their branding, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you can take inspiration from that and know that, okay, maybe gaming PC companies work better with darker colors, with neon highlights. So, okay, take that into account, but don't copy like their font, don't copy their exact colors. Try to keep your brand unique, because otherwise you're going to get lost behind them anyways, right? That is my biggest question. For example, there's so many, I'm reluctant to say this, but a lot of my students have created groups and tried to create their own courses based off like the stuff that I've taught in my course. And they use the same font. They use a very similar name to mine. I always get messages from other people asking, hey, is this like your brand? Is this you? And because of that, that person lost out immediately. They're now not their own person. Now this quote unquote customer is thinking, oh, this is someone that copied NEEL instead of someone who did it better than NEEL. So you see the kind of psychology that goes into that thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. But one thing that I noticed overall is that anytime like I land on your funnel or any one of the student who are working on the funnel, it shows that it is your funnel. You know, the way it's structured. And that is definitely crazy that how a funnel can trade something depending upon the person who created the funnel itself.
You're
That is
right.
definitely depending upon the fonts, the color schemes, and overall how the funnel got structured with that. And it definitely is crazy part. Anytime like I land on something on a Google or something like that, I see a funnel and I like, okay, this is Neil's funnel. Something like that would happen each and every time.
That's
And
awesome.
and also like we saw that from few past days and also got the email from you as well. Like somehow like each day you are increasing the price of your masterclass. You know, it's
Yep.
happening. It's happening.
Yep. It's happening.
So
It is currently happening right now.
yeah, absolutely. So what if person like what a person out there who like jump on the masterclass today? Like what is the general pricing for today right now?
What is the
Like it's
general what
increasing.
for today?
Yeah, the price overall for the masterclass today because it's increasing day by day by day. $100.
Yes. So today is actually the final day. It raised to $997. So today the price has gone to the max. But what I can do for the people watching, for anyone who wants to get access, message RJ. RJ will message me, and I will give you guys. I can do $200 off, so we can bring it down to $797 compared to the
Whoa,
$990. But yeah, these people need to message you, and they need to get it from you so that you can come to me through there.
awesome! That is definitely a crazy offer, guys. And you know, Neil is doing like real time scarcities. You know, I know about that as well. You know, he's like increasing price $100 a day from the time he's ended that particular deadlines. This thing is
Deadline.
definitely a crazy thing that you need to do.
Oh, sorry. Do you ask if
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
deadline?
yeah.
No. The deadline for this discount, let's say till Wednesday. You got to message RJ by actually, let's message RJ by end of Tuesday.
Awesome. Awesome. That definitely makes sense. And guys, if you want to know more about how you can simply create high converting funnel designs, okay, and that converts, then you need to get into that masterclass. And also you can simply reach me back out and I will reach out Neil. And again, Neil, thank you so much for your time. Anything that you want to say before like we round this session up?
I just want to say, thank you guys all for watching. I noticed somebody said my tattoo was cool, so I'll give them a close up. There you go, guys. You guys,
Awesome.
you guys might like it, but my mom hated it when I got it. She was very upset with me. But anyways, I just want to say thank you to all you guys for watching, and thank you, RJ, for having me. I had a good time chatting with you.
Thank you so much, Neil. It was truly an awesome session with you. Having you on our show, it was literally great. And guys, thank you so much for your time. And until then, we'll see you for the next show. Peace out.
Peace out.